All right, cool. We're underway. So, yeah, welcome to the server, Jed. So for
Yeah,
everyone else,
appreciate it. The second time. Second time.
second
Glad to be
time,
here.
second time's a charm. So right now we at least have
Doesn't-
the recording going. People can listen if they can't make it, and those who are here, they can ask questions. We also set up an AMA channel that has been going for a week now, so we have accumulated a number of questions that the community would like you to answer. So to keep
yeah,
it
first.
structured today, I did write up a very basic structure, and to give you an idea how it's going to work is it might be good to start off with a very basic overview on what elite emperors are and also your unique
Of
selling
course.
point. And
Yeah,
then
of course.
yeah, and then after that, we're going to go a little bit of a deep dive into what your product is about. I do know that you guys have a couple of products already. I think people are curious to find out what they are. And we'll
Yeah.
go next into ROI. So I think everyone here is in this for an investment. So they want to know how their investments are going to maintain value and how they can get returns, via other mechanisms that you may have. And then we'll hop into the community questions and then really just any other business.
Okay. I like structure. I appreciate that. So,
Wonderful.
do you want me to kick it off?
Yeah, we'll try to keep it under an
Yeah.
hour so to respect everyone's time. So yeah,
All right.
the floor is
All right, that's
yours.
good. Good. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, I'm Jedidiah. I'm the founder of Emperor NFT. We are, a project that has been working already for we basically laid the foundation for the project a year ago, and I do apologize if I'm kind of all over the place. I got like 24 hours. So we're going through pre-sales right now. This is the second day of pre-sales, so kind of struggling here. But yeah, project is Elite Emperors. We're a team of data and sales engineers. Our background is in Web 2 data and analytics. We basically operate in a Web 2 company. We have been operating for the last couple of years. And what we do in Web 2 and have been doing in Web 2 is we we basically service telecommunication companies because they're so big institutions, so big of institutions. We get under the hood. We basically sort out their data issues from a data and analysis perspective because they're really large corporations and they can't really get a grasp on like their billing databases, their CRMs, their data shadow systems. So what we do is we bring all this information and we present it in dashboards. We give them their own instance of analytics and data to for them to be able to operate their business in a better way. So our expertise as a team is there in data and analysis. We made this decision a year ago to uh, start working in Web 3 and to dominate Web 3 because we know that there is a lot that is needed in the space. There's a lot of infrastructure that's still not built for Web 3 to be massively adopted. So we started, looking at what the market has, what it needs, and where it needs to be. And we knew that there was a need for better data and analytics. So we just said, okay, we will start building this out. We will build the NFT. We will build, pre-beta software to validate our expertise, so on and so forth. And we started building the art, building some software. We have a lot of software, like pre-beta software, live software too. So in the process of us building this out, we built a lot of tools like our own bounty and rewards platform because we wanted to keep our community engaged and rewarded. We believe a lot in rewards, gamification, um, like keeping community engaged. So we built our own bounty and rewards platform, and we actively started talking about the project pretty much 2 months ago. And once we started talking about the project and people started using our tools, our community started using our tools. A lot of people in the community were asking, "Hey, can we use this bounty and rewards platform for our community?" And we really didn't have any plan to monetize it, but then we said, "Okay, this is something that we can monetize," and then we just started monetizing. At this moment, pre-mint, we have 8 customers in our bounty and rewards platform. We're generating 7K a month USD just on the bounty platform. Um, We have our development services arm because we have a team of engineers here working. Um, Development services arm, and we have a really big client. One of the clients is Turtles, the OG project. We're developing for them like a fractionalized IDO platform. And I'm telling you guys all of this because from the Bounty platform, pretty much we have four revenue streams that are already making revenue. The first revenue stream is our Bounty and Rewards platform, and we will be giving away 40% of the revenue that is generating to our holders. We're going to be giving away 20% of the revenue that we generate from our development services arms that is already generating revenue. Our third service arm, and this is something that is interest a lot of people, is that we announced the acquisition of Weeball. Weeball NFT is an online gambling platform that is a project that pretty much minted back in October of last year. And pretty much the team had been struggling with maybe marketing efforts. Maybe they couldn't grow the platform as they wanted to. Maybe they needed some cash. So we came in and we acquired them. And we basically going to be integrating all of their technology and making it ours 100%. We're going to be changing the UI, and we have a plan to pretty much dominate also online gambling. We love games. We love to gamble, and it keeps things fun in our community. So it kind of really fitted into our ethos. Um, so decided to do that acquisition, and the fourth service arm is really where the upside and the big pie of this all is, which is in the data infrastructure and analytics. That is our main solution. Our main goal is to build data and infrastructure tools, data infrastructure and analytics tools for large corporations, for hedge funds, crypto funds, DAOs, and regulators. That is our main goal. Um, and that is a huge business. Like I said, we want to go after hedge funds, crypto funds, and basically the space is so new that a lot of these companies are pretty scared to come into the space. They need someone to guide them. They need someone to pretty much look at their risk, monitor their risk, tell them what they might be doing wrong, proactively advise when their investment is to be in danger, or advise them when there is opportunity in the market. So that is what we want to do, and that is potentially a $1 billion business. And I'm not the one to talk about dreams. We were talking about this last time that I don't like to push like big dreams because I'm pretty tired of people just coming into the space and pushing these grand missions and visions and never doing anything. But I do have a grand vision here, and I think that we can accomplish it because we love what we do, and we have built so much pre-beta software that the space can take its own decision. If we can build or not what we pan out to build, but we gave enough information to the market for it to take an informed decision if they want to invest in us or not. So I think that's if I can summarize the business of it, that is it. And I always like to start with the business part of it first, because for me is all right, let me give you guys something tangible. This is an NFT here. This is a project that is already generating revenue in four service arms. These projects that are launching, they're not doing jack shit. They're not doing anything. We wanted to come to the market and say, hey, we have done something. Do your own research. But there, you know what I mean. We have something here. Take a look. Um, and I always start with that part. Now I want to tell you and talk to you about the community that we're trying to build here, which is it is a serious community. It's a community of people that want to pursue their financial well-being. Our goal as elite emperors is we want to bring people that are aligned in the relentless pursuit of their health, of their wealth, health, and well-being. That is the main goal of the community. We want people that are obsessed with becoming financially free. We want to give people tools for this to happen. We want to create a community in which, if you have a project or something like that, we can connect you with people. We can probably try to fund you in some type of way or connect you with someone that can fund you and pretty much, grow the wealth. And I think that is something that we want to do from a community perspective, an elite tier of individuals. Because if we end up building what we are set out to build, which is really complex data solutions, we will end up managing so much information that the people that form part of our communities will end up benefiting a lot from that information and potentially change their life with the information that we end up uncovering. And sorry for like talking so much, but yeah, yeah, that's kind of the pitch there.
You're good, man. That's exactly what I do as well. If I'm excited about something, I go on and on. I think our community knows that as well. So you shared a lot of information, so thank you, Jed. If you don't mind, I'm gonna prod a little bit deeper. I think a lot of
Yeah,
us here in Player Two, I think we're built a little bit different than most projects. So, you mentioned a
yeah,
lot about products. I think we really appreciate that. We have a similar goal here in that we want to push products and, not just around art. No offense to art, but art is subjective, right? Cash flow and product is not. So that's kind of what people here are used to. So I'm happy we're in that same note there. So I'll first hop into a little bit on your existing platform, your Bounty
yeah,
platform, and then you mentioned you have four big arms. You have your 40% revenue from certain platforms, 20% for your dev services, and then you have your Weeball that you just acquired, and also your bigger lofty goal of your data infrastructure and analytics. So on the first
yeah.
one, your 7K per month for your Bounty platform, you mentioned there's 8 projects. Is it equal among 8 projects? Like how do you charge? Is it like a fixed fee or, is it percentage or something?
Yeah, good question. So there's different clients, and of course we're charging them differently. So to give you an idea of what we charge for our platform, you can simplify it as much as you want. Like if you only want the XP store, if you only want like the quest and missions plus the store, it will run you about $1,000 a month, and it's actually in the GitHub. I don't know if I sent you the links. I will send it after the call, in which you can see the add-ons that we have into the platform. Like if you add a secondary token, it's 199 more a month. If you add like a raffling system, it's like $100 more a month. If you add like mystery boxes, it's like $100 more a month. If you want better analytics on the platform, it'll be like $100 a month.
Mm,
So like the basic service uh, in it is $1,000 a month. Like if you want the full features, it'll probably around run you about $2,500 $2,500 a month. So it's like kind of distributed. Some
mm.
are paying 1,000, some are paying 1,500. And we also have a couple of clients that are using the platform right now just to test it out, and we're going to be pitching the upgrade to them.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for that. That's a great breakdown. So I'm guessing you're gonna expect more clients coming in after you guys have, minted and you get more
Yeah,
publicity. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Fantastic.
we haven't really focused on client acquisition right now. Those clients that has came, they just came because we had some time to set them up, but we have a lot of
Mm,
requests to set them up, but we have limited devs, and but that's the point of like pre-sale, selling the NFT. We get more devs, we get more people to work,
absolutely.
and can make more revenue.
Yeah, of course. You get money in, you can hire more, you grow the company. That's perfect.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
linking to the next part, which you mentioned, 40% revenue share from your 7 platforms. I'm guessing this is one of the platforms?
This, this is one of the bounty is one of the revenue shares. So
Right.
we share 40% of the revenue that is generated from the bounty platform.
Okay. Okay. So maybe I heard wrongly just now. You mentioned there are 7 different platforms. Is this something I heard correctly, or is just the bounty
No, no,
platform?
no, no, just the bounty
Just the
platform.
bounty platform.
So I
Okay,
said
so
four different service arms.
my bad. Okay, so 40% of revenue from your bounty platform.
Yeah,
Got it. All right, and okay, so that's clear. The second one you mentioned is dev services. So 20% there.
yeah,
Can you give us a bit more breakdown on what the dev services mean and how do you charge?
yeah. So For dev services, it's smart contract development. It's like if you need any type of SPL staking, if you need like a custom solution that has to do like with blockchain and
Mm,
NFTs, we develop that for the clients, and pretty much 20% of what we generate will go to our NFT holders. Like there's different projects, like for example, like Turtles. If they're developing like a fractionalized IDO platform. So
mm,
in those cases, what we charge the client, we will share 20% of the revenue with our holders.
perfect. So maybe can you give us some examples of like, services you've rendered and how much you've charged just to get a. So what I'm trying to do is give users a sense on what the numbers are like and how much to
Yeah, yeah,
expect.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So from our development services, and we have a couple of clients. I'd say 3 to 5 clients we have already generated in these 2 months. We've already generated about $15,000 in development services,
Very
and
nice.
only these 2 months, and we're not like actively looking for clients.
Yep.
These are just clients that have came, and people have connected us with them because they know that we can build it.
Mm,
So around $15,000. But once we mint, and I'll just have a department that could just scale that service arm.
perfect.
So say in 2 months, 15K.
Fantastic. This is more of a
Yeah,
selfish question. So if we need dev services, we can look for you, huh?
of course. Yeah, of course, my man.
So let's say, for
For look,
example, let's say something very simple. So if you're doing, let's say, I don't know, like a vesting contract, right? How much would it run me?
yeah, a vesting contract. It depends on the scope. Like how many would it be NFT based? Would it be
So let's say we want to
um,
pay, I don't know, USDC to our holders, right? But we don't want to give it to them straight away. We want to give it to them over a year, like just a
ah,
very simple vesting contract like that.
okay. They will stake their NFTs.
No, we just give it to them. Like literally just give out like USDC. Like a super simple contract. I'm just trying to get a feel for the cost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So how would they get? They'll have to connect their wallet, and
Well,
there will be.
yeah, we could just collect their wallets and then we'll put it in the database and we'll say, all right, these five
But
wallets
that's
get.
well, yeah, that's not complicated. I mean, that's pretty much just that's pretty much just a script because you're not building anything in the front end.
Yep.
So what you need is USDC distributions, but
Mm.
that's pretty much just a script, man. We'll do
Okay.
that. We'll do that for free for you, man.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
just trying to
just an
get a
SPL.
feel.
That's just an SPL distribution. That's you just run a script. So you have the wallets.
Mm.
The wallets you put that in an Excel file,
Yep.
and pretty much that Excel file will have 2 rows. One row will say what the distribution in USDC is.
Yep.
The other row will say which wallet will it go to, and if you want to run it once a month, you just run the script once a month. But that's nothing like complicated. The only thing you need to do is you have your JSON
Mm-hmm.
in which it has the private keys for the wallet in which you'll be exporting the token from,
Yep.
and you just leave a Python script um, depositing those automatically. So that's nothing complicated, man.
Perfect. All right. That's a very nice
Just pay
overview.
me. We'll do that for free, man.
Appreciate it. All right, cool. So the next one you said you acquired Weeball, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So how does that look like? What's the revenue share there?
Yeah. So because they already had a previous commitment with their NFT holders, we acquired them and we said we will respect the terms that they had before,
Mm,
which was they already shared 50% of their revenue with their holders. But our plan is to scale the platform, make it better, a better UI, so on and so forth. So we will give an additional 10% of the revenue to our holders.
all right.
Additional 10% of the revenue to our holders.
Sounds good. And do you know what the current monthly revenue is for Weeball?
With this new game, I'd say I don't know. They're making maybe 100 a month,
All right.
maybe less.
All right. I'll just put it in roughly 100. So perfect. And I won't ask you for your data and infrastructure analytics because I know that's the moonshot. And you mentioned earlier that, it could be $1 million,
No, but we
a
do have
billion dollars.
pre beta though. You
Oh,
guys can check
okay.
it out. Yeah,
Okay.
we have pre beta tools. You can check it out at beta.eliteanalytics.io. You can check it out because we wanted to validate our expertise pre mint, so we built
Mm,
tools so the market can know that we can extract historical and real time transactions.
Very cool.
Beta.eliteanalytics.io.
Beta.eliteanalytics.io. Perfect. All right, I'll share that as
Yeah.
well. Are these completely free or are you charging?
No, they're free right now.
Okay,
They're
so
free.
it's just validating that you can do stuff. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Those are four very solid products and revenue streams and very concrete numbers, and I think people will love that. So I appreciate that. In terms of
Yeah.
timeline, do you have a timeline on like, um, how long you think you will need to scale out Weeball and your data analytics structure? You mentioned like, when do you plan to start charging for that?
Yeah. For the data infrastructure, for us to build it out, it takes at least 3 to 4 months for us to be ready to offer it to B2B clients. But in the meantime, we will be offering our bounty and rewards platform, actively scaling out also our development services arm,
Mm,
and also like bettering Weeball.
mm.
The process to better Weeball, it'll take maybe a week or two post mint just to change the UI.
Okay, that's
We're
fast.
planning on dropping a new game, like a new reskin. So we'll have a lot going on for the following 3 to 4 months while we build out the tech for the data and infrastructure.
Very cool.
Uh, and also, we'll be actively selling to generate revenue to our holders in that time frame.
Got it. Okay, so those are fantastic information. You mentioned these are different revenue streams. So, as a holder, when
Yeah,
should I expect to receive the revenues? Do they come in little chunks? Is it like per month? How does that look?
it'll be per month, and the first payment that set the schedule will be exactly 2 months after mint.
Okay, exactly 2 months. Perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you for furnishing all these details. Exactly 2 months after mint.
Yes.
Okay, per month payment. So the per month payment will be the the consolidation of all the different revenue streams, yeah?
Correct. Yes.
Great. All right, so you've answered my question. Well, you've basically answered many of my questions in terms of deep dive into product, in terms of the ROI.
All right.
Um,
All right. Sounds good.
anything you want to add? Like, is there any other things like in terms of tokenomic structure? Are you planning to release a token? Is there going to be
Yeah.
staking? Are there buybacks for the NFTs? Anything like that?
Yeah. That's a good question. We are planning to have the staking. So the NFTs, and there's two different tiers of NFTs. The collection is 7,100 NFTs. 1,500 of them are the most, like the highest ranking, the most exclusive NFTs, which are called Elite Emperors. There's Elite Emperors, which is a 1,500 subsegment, and there's 5,600 Emperors. So what happens with the Elite Emperors is that they generate 2x revenue, and they generate 2x minting rewards. The emperors and elite emperors will be generating a token called Jewel. The Jewel token will be used because we're planning on IDOing in maybe 6 to 8 months. So you'll be able to stake your emperor. You'll be able to get jewels, and jewels will be able to be tradable for our elite token, which is our IDO token. You'll be able to trade jewel 1 to 1 to our IDO token. Also, Jewel is the center of our ecosystem. So you'll be able to use Jewel in all of our Weeball games. That's actually ready to go. We already did the integration, and you can use pretty much Jewel in Weeball, in Double Trouble, in coin flips that we have going on. You can use it also in our bounty and rewards platform. So it's like we really well rounded, and you can use it in our whole ecosystem.
Hmm.
Or you can just choose to hold if you believe in the project and just uh, change it 1 to 1 for our IDO token.
All right, cool. So you mentioned that there's a token before Jewel, right? So you said this elite token.
I know. So Jewel is the token that you'll be getting through
Ah,
staking.
got
The
it.
elite token is our IDO token.
Got it.
So Jewel token will be tradable to elite token 1 to 1.
I see.
Yeah.
So right now, if right, not right now, but once they get their NFT, they essentially can stake for Jewel, and in 6 to 8 months, you're gonna launch a new token called Elite, and people will be able to trade Elite, Jewel for Elite. in a one-to-one way.
Yeah, exactly.
Understood.
And Elite is like an investment vehicle. You know, it's something that people will trade it because at this point the company needs to be bigger. It needs to be a more serious company. So it'll also be like an investment vehicle, and people will trade it. You know, so there's
Mm-hmm.
going to be trading volume to it.
Got it. So let me hop back first into you mentioned the elite emperors will be getting 2x revenue and 2x the mint rewards. For mint rewards,
Correct.
does that refer to the elite jewel tokens?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
got it. 2x jewel. Um, all right, very cool. And for the one-to-one for elite, if you don't mind me asking, since you're gonna do a one-to-one change, why not just give people elite straight away? Why is there a transition?
For the elite, yeah, because it's like because the token is not ready yet, and and upon IDO, like everything needs to be released at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't really have an IDO token and release it before. It needs to be released in schedules. Like
I see.
um, if there's people that are like if there's VC or whatever and they want to buy the token, they need to be the first ones to buy. If there's going to be like it's an investment vehicle,
Yep.
right? To get investment into the company, so
Mm-hmm.
we can't release it before
Okay.
because people can trade it, so on and so forth, and it can mess up the tokenomics of it.
Fair enough. Great
Yeah,
answer. Okay, so on this note, since you're going to be releasing the elite tokens eventually and prior to that, the jewel tokens. So one of my pet peeves with tokenomics is people, easily create tokens, but ultimately, if there's no plan to secure or support that value, it ends up being a massive corrosion, right? Just everyone just
yeah,
dumps. So is there going to be a buyback? Is there going to be what's the tokenomics behind
yeah,
balancing the emissions,
yeah.
and also the buyback?
And that is and I agree with you on that because um, it needs to be something to support it, right?
Exactly.
And there's something very interesting here that people normally don't realize is that with revenue share, right? You need to be creative with it because if you're in the US, you might get yourself in trouble, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So for everything that we generate from a data and analytic solution, that is the big pie is there, right?
Yep.
So what we generate from there's going to be a buyback of the elite token, like the 20% that we're going to be generating post IDO
Mm-hmm.
is going to be for buyback of the token. So like if you play games, you know what I mean? If you like are into like gamification, the biggest upside is for you to hold your elite your jewel token so you can trade it for elite.
Right.
Right? So because the biggest percentage of revenue is going to be coming from the data and analytic solutions,
Yep.
we will not be able to just send it to your wallet because that'll be an issue. So
Mm.
what happens there is that we need to buy back the NFT and we need to burn it, and that's part of the mechanisms.
Hang on.
So Elite is going to
NFT?
be
Buy back the NFT or
no, no,
the
no.
token?
No, buying the token. Buying
Okay. Okay.
so with 20% of the revenue that is generated from data and analytic solution, that those solutions are pricey, right?
Yep.
So what needs to happen there is that we are committed to making elite token burnable by it's actually 25%. We're gonna burn 25% of it, or I think that the last numbers were 30% of it,
Okay.
um, with 20% of the revenue. So if you believe in the company, the safest thing to do is stack your jewels so you can change them for a lead token.
Understand. Okay. So
Yeah.
this is the
Oh,
buyback, and buyback and burn. Yeah, it's not just buyback.
buyback and burn. Yeah.
Okay.
It
Perfect.
needs to be. Yeah. Yeah. It needs to be. And like that period will take years, right? To get to that. Oh, I don't know. It will take some time.
Depends how well you do.
Yeah, depends how well we do. But I mean, it needs to be burnable because we just can't have a token in which it it doesn't have like any type of reasons why people will hold it,
Yep.
right? It needs to have something, and also, um, and also, where was I going with this? The sorry, I lost my train of thought there. The burning of it, um, of the 25% to 30. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I was talking about the NFT. I was gonna say something about the NFT. Um,
No worries. Let me see what I got so far. So you mentioned that
yeah, sorry,
you
lost
have,
my train of thought there.
yeah, no problem. So see if I got this correct. You said your data analytics, you'll have basically 20% dedicated to buying and burning your elite tokens, right? And
Yeah.
you plan to buy and burn up to 25 to 30% of the tokens. So that's fantastic.
Yes.
Does that mean that elite will be a fixed supply?
Oh, sorry, I remembered. I remembered. Sorry about
Sure.
that. I remembered. And also, like, the token will be used for discounts, B2C discounts and B2B discounts.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, so there are perks to holding the tokens. That's all fantastic. Okay, so you mentioned you're going to buy back 25 to 30% of the total. Does that mean that Elite has a fixed cap?
It does have a fixed cap. Yeah, it's 77 million.
Okay, 77 million. You seem to like that number a lot. It's popped up quite a bit, the number seven. Um,
Really?
or yeah, 7,100 NFTs. Um, that's
Yeah,
an
yeah. I
interesting
like
number.
7. It's a perfect number.
Perfect number. All right, cool. So in this case, let me see what else we have here. So the NFTs, are any plans to buy back and burn that or release the
Not the
NFTs?
NFTs. We were planning on that, but uh, it's best just to burn the token.
Mm, okay. And
Yeah.
and for the NFT staking, since you mentioned that there's a fixed cap to your elite, that means the NFT staking will also have to be modified over time.
The NFT staking?
Will have to be reduced over time because if there's a fixed cap to
Yeah.
elite, so
Yeah,
what's the
yeah.
schedule for that?
Honestly, being quite honest with you, we don't have a schedule right now to decrease it. We just know that it's going to start off emitting. The elite is going to start emitting 10 10 jewel tokens a day. The emperors are going to start emitting 5
Five.
emperors a day. We do know that it needs to go down depending on emissions, but we haven't really done all of the math on that.
That's
We'd
fine.
have to, yeah.
So long as conceptually, like, there has to be a tapering off to make sure you don't hit
Yeah.
or exceed the cap. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. So if I can just
Like
do
we ran quick numbers on it, and we know that they can be generating for some time. But I mean, as the token supply keeps decreasing, of course the emissions need to go down. But we just haven't done all of the numbers because
of
also
course.
like the how many tokens we'll be burning. It depends on how much revenue we're bringing in. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right,
Yeah.
understand. So if I can just do a quick summary on this section of your tokenomics slash economics of Elite Emperors, you will have a total of 7,100 NFTs, of which 1,500 are your Elite Emperors. And these Elite guys, they earn 2x the revenue and 2x the emissions or staking rewards, which is your jewel tokens. You are planning to do a one-to-one swap for Elite, which is your main token after IDO, and that's 6 to 8 months out. You will also be using 20% of your data analytics to buy back and burn these Elite tokens, and you aim to buy back a total of 25 to 30% of your Elite tokens, and your fixed supply cap is 77 million, which is going to be at TGE. Did I get all of that right?
Yeah, you're right. You got it. Yeah.
Perfect. So maybe we can go to pricing. You told me the pricing, but for the sake of everyone else here and the recording, how much are you looking to mint your elite emperors and your regular emperors, and what is the pre-sale pricing that you're offering player two?
Yeah. We're going through pre-sale right now. Pre-sale is set at 3 sol.
Okay,
White is going to be 3.5. Um, 3.5, and public is going to be, well, public is still to be determined. Most likely is going to be 4 to 4.5 sol.
got it. All right, and this is for your elite emperors, yeah?
No. So we actually, it was kind. We were planning on doing it on 2 tiers,
Mm.
but then we changed the plans on it, and
Ah,
we wanted to give people a chance to get an elite emperor. So we
Okay.
basically decreased the price on the elite emperors, and we're just doing one tier. So
Okay.
the every NF all of the NFTs are in one pool, and you got a 1 to 6 percent chance um, to get an elite emperor. So we
Okay.
decreased the price of the elite emperor.
I see.
We were planning on selling it for 8 sol, and there was a lot of interest in it. But
Yeah. I was
we
too.
want to give more people a chance to get it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so right now it's more of a RNG kind of thing.
yeah.
All right. So is there any way to guarantee an elite emperor, or is it purely just by chance?
We are doing some allocations to some good DAOs,
Hmm.
in which, if you get a significant percentage of our pre-sale, we can guarantee a one. Like if you mint five,
Hmm.
you can mint one emperor,
Okay.
one elite emperor. Sorry.
Okay.
So
Is
guaranteed in like if you mint five, we guarantee you an elite, and the other four are random. And we're
okay.
doing that in pre-sale rounds right now.
Understand. So is this guarantee per person or is it per entire like
No,
um
per person. So if you mint five,
mm,
like for example, if your DAO was to get 100 spots,
mhm.
and everyone mints five, not everyone mints five. Like
Whoever
those who
mints
mint
five.
five,
Yeah.
those who mint five will get a guaranteed elite, and the other four will be random.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. And all right, cool. So 1 to 6% chance is a random chance there. 3 sol is what we're doing right now. And eventually there's a whitelist and then there's the public, which is between 4 to 4.5, undecided yet. And whoever's minting, if you mint 5, you get a guaranteed elite. Otherwise, it's just a regular RNG chance.
Yeah.
Alrighties, I think I've covered most of my questions. We've taken about 40 minutes so far, so I do want to allocate some time for the different questions our users has asked. But before I go there, is there anything else you want to add?
No, no, I'm good. I'm ready for the questions and looking
Alrighties,
forward to it.
we'll just jump right in then. So starting from very early up there. Um, so Sally asked earlier, why should we get Emperor when we can buy a Weeball NFT and get more of the revenue share? I think you covered that because there's more than just the Weeball revenue share. It's multiple revenue streams.
Yeah.
So that's answered. Someone asked, "What is an emperor?" I don't know how you want to take that question.
Historically, or NFT wise, historically, conquerors of empires.
Okay, very good. So this was by Onigiri. So it's a conqueror of empires. All right. Blah blah blah. Okay, so a couple of questions from Don Kyle. Where does the revenue come from? And he's asking not past NFT collection sales. You've answered that. So it comes from your bounty platform, your dev, and your Weeball plus your data analytics. Next one is what does 4RAM mean in the Roam platform costs?
What does sorry? What does
What does 4RAM 4RAM mean in the
Oh,
Roam?
RAM. Because every client gets this its own instance, like its own server. So these instances require a lot of memory, and a lot of RAM. Like RAM is, you know how your computer has RAM,
Mm-hmm.
processing power.
Mm-hmm.
So we give everyone its own instance, like its own server, and its own server comes with 2 RAM, 2 vCPUs, and 2 TB of space. So that's regarding networking and server space.
Okay, so I'm guessing 4RAM means 4 GB.
Yeah, 4 GB
Okay,
in RAM. Yeah.
all right, cool, got it. So okay, understood.
Oh,
Um,
sorry. 4 MB.
four
Four
megabytes.
megabytes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. 4 GB is a lot of RAM. 4 MB is.
Yeah, that's a lot of yeah, that's a lot of RAM. Yeah, it's a lot of RAM.
All right. Don Kyle also asked cost of server upkeep versus income. So what's the margins like there?
Yeah, good. That is a very good question. Server upkeep is around um Like it depends. If the client has like a lot of requirements, like with an SLA and the server can't go down, then the costs go up. But a normal client in a good hosting environment, it runs you maybe $100 a month, maybe $130 a month. So against what we make it, and the staff costs and stuff like that, we're profiting about 50 to 55%
Very
monthly
nice
on these
margin.
instances.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect. Okay.
project margin. Yeah, 50 to 55% project margin.
Very
Yeah.
good margins. And you mentioned again back to the data analytics. So this is part of data analytics, yeah? Or is
No,
it?
this is part of this is the bounty and rewards platform.
Ah, right, right, right.
It's a service arm, so that's
All right.
40%.
So that's
Yeah,
40%. Got it.
yeah, yeah.
So you would have left for the team, I would say, it's like kind of like a 15%, 10% profit margin after giving out the revenue share.
I mean, from the like when we get the revenue, right?
Hmm.
It's yeah, it'll be around 40% for the holders.
Yep.
Needing to take out server expenses, so on and so forth.
So 40% is on the revenue or on a profit
It's for the revenue.
for the revenue? Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Got it there. Next
yeah.
question is, what is the capacity of Rome? It can't be an endless supply of user, endless amount of users. So like, what is the capacity? And yeah, that's the question.
Um, when asking capacity, like how far can we expand it? Maybe that.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
yeah, it's not blockchain agnostic, so it could be used for Web 2 communities. It can be used for Web 3 communities.
Mm,
So if you have a community, and we have even talked to like content creators that like the platform to send their communities, like in YouTube, to do different type of stuff. So it can be used in very creative ways. Like if you have a Web3 game, if you're a creator, you create YouTube videos. You can use it in various different ways.
got it. Okay. Um, Great answer. Just for everyone else who's in the AMA, if you want to ask questions to Jed, we have a channel called AMA Elite Emperors. It's just below general chat. Please post your questions there. I'm reading through all the different questions. All right, so next one, Jed. Um,
Yeah,
Donk, I would like you to elaborate a little bit more on what do you mean by data and analytics, because it's pretty broad a term.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, what exactly are you going to be providing in that basket?
It is a pretty a, a lot of people use the term, so I know where he's coming from. Um, yeah, from our perspective is data analytics, data infrastructure and analytics is uh, Trina specifically will be offering real-time on-chain analysis, security assessment that falls into like the data category, smart contract audits that falls into the data infrastructure category, and from an analytics perspective, it will be because we will be offering services to hedge funds, institutions, regulators, so on and so forth. What we do is we will sit down with that prospect and we will say, hey, where is your interest vested, and what coins and what protocols and what protocols are you invested in, and we will proactively advise when their investment, like first we map it out where their vested interest is in, like where are they invested, and then we proactively monitor. So that's uh, like data services, right?
Hmm.
Analytic services there. Um, so that's what we would do. Help them with proactively advising them when their investment was to be in risk, or when there is an opportunity for them to better capitalize on their investment. So from an analytics perspective, what it means is we will give them their own like in private instance,
Hmm.
uh, in a server in which they will be able to see all their investments. They'll be able to see when their investment is at risk. They'll be able to see when there is market opportunities that surround their investments. So that's pretty much what the part of analytics. We'll be giving them KPIs to track their investments, and making their life easier from an analytics perspective visually. Data infrastructure is smart contract audits, um, and some other services there. That's
Okay.
what we mean.
So you're doing the whole gamut, basically, everything.
Yeah, kind of there. Yeah,
All right,
we, we
cool.
we love data and we're good at it. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so I hope that satisfies your questions, Don Kyle. I think the last one he asked about emissions, but I think we covered that earlier, is 10 joules per day for the elite guys and 5 per day for the regular guys. So, all right. Sir Canada has a question about your beta.eliteanalytics.io. He's actually wondering what language is that written in and what web server is running.
Yeah. I'd have to double check with my devs, but I'm pretty sure that it's running on React.
Hmm.
You might, yeah, don't quote me on it, but I think it's running on React Native.
Hmm.
I mean, you can see if you move the website if it's React or not. I'm pretty sure it's React Native, and it's running on a Ubuntu server.
All right. And he's also asking, how does Weeball determine randomness?
They have the algorithms built out. I can't answer specifically because we haven't really deep dive into the tech
Yep.
100%. But they do have their algorithms there in which we will check because we're in this process. You know, acquisitions take time. So right
Hmm.
now we are syncing with the teams, integrating both of the teams. Then we're going to be deep diving into the tech. So I can't answer 100%, but they have their algorithms to determine that, which we will double check and make sure all is well with them.
All right. And another question from Sir Canada is, does the Emperor have competitors, and how do you intend to handle the competitors?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah, I think the space is new. The space, you know, more than focusing on competitors, is focusing on just building solutions that clients want, uh, and just selling, and then after that, focusing on competitors. There's always competitors, but we never focus on them. We just focus on building. We just catch them. We just watch them a little bit, like 5% of our day, and then we go on with our business. But we gotta, an eye on them. We have an eye on them.
Yeah, I agree with that approach. We do the same thing here.
Yeah,
I think ultimately the space is very new, as you mentioned, so there's not that many competition right now.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and you focus on building really quality products, and that's how you kind of scale. People like it. They tell their friends, other people see it, they start to experiment as well. And I think that's the best way you can grow a product and a business.
Yeah.
So love that. So that's all from Sir Canada. There's two more questions before we exhaust everything. P28 is asking about why should we buy an Emperor instead of getting the Weeble NFT. I think we answered that earlier. The Emperor gives you access to other revenue streams. They have a total of four. Weeble is just one of them. And Mara is asking a very nice question here. What's been the biggest difference for you working in Web3 versus Web 2?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Can you repeat that? What has been more
What's the biggest difference
interesting?
for you, basically? What is it like working in Web 3 versus Web 2? Like, what's the biggest difference?
Okay, I'll answer. In Web two, I was working um, normal hours. Since I came into Web three, I work pretty much every day,
Oh, welcome to
every
the
single
party.
hour. But yeah, it's a new space, so it's more exciting than Web two. It's a whole different space. So I think I'm genuinely happier building in Web three because I'm a curious person by nature. I'm definitely working more hours, double more,
Yep.
but I'd say happier overall.
Fantastic. I would echo part of that in terms of the hours.
Part of that.
Working 3x the hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's exhausting. I think one of the biggest change, at least for me, has been not just the number of hours, but also the variations in the hours, right? So back then in Web 2, you get your typical 9 to 5 job. You can typically switch off on a weekend, but you don't get that
Yeah.
luxury in Web3 because it's around the
Yeah.
clock. Then there's no weekend, so that's insane.
Yeah.
Um, and I think I love the way that it's such a new industry that the possibilities are truly endless at this point, right? It's a lot of untapped potential. So I find great joy in exploring. And I think what brings us builders into the Web3 space is really the prospect of all these possibilities. A lot of what you can dream of in Web2 has probably been done by someone. And if you want to try to tackle something new, you probably have giants in a way, making it really difficult. So I think that's the attractiveness for building Web3, or at least for me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
Dope. All right, people. We've ran through all the questions. If you have anything else, please feel free to pop it in now. If not, we're coming up on the hour. Jed, I want to give you a chance. Is there anything else you want to let them know before I ask the final question, which is arguably the most important one, on what's our allocation and how can they mint?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you get an enter, like you guys are a great project. I love you what you guys are building, and I personally love your grind, P2. So I
Thank you.
respect you as a leader.
Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, it's just give me an interest check. How many people want to participate in this pre-sale round? Right now, we had uh, we have 2 days in pre-sale already. We had UDAO, Underground DAO that max minted their allocation. We had Shadowy Supercoder. Today we had Dead King Society, DKS. We had Champions.
Mm-hmm.
We had Hotheads. We had Yug DAO. So really quality DAOs. And you just tell me like how many people are interested. Give me a an interest check, and then
Mm-hmm.
we talk about an allocation, and we can set you guys up.
Sure. So do you want to know like how many they plan to mint as well per person, or you just want a
Yeah,
number of?
yeah. That'll be best. Yeah.
Okay, so number of people plus how many they're planning to mint, yeah?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. Is there an upper
And
limit?
we just
How
yeah.
many
What's that?
is there an upper limit to how many each person can mint?
No, I won't put you. I won't put a limit on you guys.
All right.
Like we
So,
put on limit on other people, but uh, if someone wants to mint max mint, just put the number in there. How many you'd like to mint, and then you and I just talk allocations, and we get we are pre-minting via Git tools, so
mhm.
we'll just set you guys up.
All right, sounds good. Sure. I will probably work with Mara or Water to come up with some way people can put their interest in. And then I'll get back to you once we get the final numbers by today. We'll make it like a snappy one.
Sounds good.
All right.
Pre Tresol.
Pardon?
Yeah. Pre-sale price is Tresol.
Got it. Pre-sale price is pre-sale. And basically once you give the allocation, they can do the pre-sale immediately, yeah, on your website.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, perfect. What else do I want to ask? Um, yeah, I think I exhausted most of the things. How was your experience today here? Like, was the
No,
structure
I like your
okay?
project. I like your project. AIDS has been really good. I mean, I don't know, he or she reached out, and he was in communications, and the experience dealing with you guys, I'd say, is one of the best.
Oh, that's
DAOs.
fantastic.
You're a kind leader. Not honestly, you're a kind leader. I respect you as a leader. So I enjoyed the AMA here, and looking forward to the following ones and see how we can you know do something and maybe work together
Absolutely.
in some way
Yeah,
and maybe see
absolutely.
how we
Yeah.
collaborate. You know what I mean? But I respect your project,
Thank you.
1,000.
Well, Player 2 is all about like working and collaborating, right? Like ultimately we're building a platform for people to also collaborate on. So I'm sure, as things progress, we can figure out ways to build together and, we probably might use your services at some point, right? I asked earlier. So
Yeah,
so
of
I'm
course.
looking forward. I'm looking
Oh yes,
forward to
you will definitely do that for free.
it. All right, buddy.
Mm.
If that's it, then, I want to respect the time as well. We're coming up on the hour. I want to thank you so much for being here with us and introducing your project. And for everyone else, thank you for attending. I will follow up with you guys. But before we go, we do want to give the giveaways. So you mentioned we have three guaranteed mints and some
Yeah.
geos. So Mara, I'll leave
Yes.
the mic to you.
Yep. So just looking at the questions, 1 second. Let me pull it up. I think we'll give the Geos and the whitelist to Sir Canada, to
All
John
right.
Kyle, and Sally Jack. Congratulations.
All right.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
All right.
Woo.
So wait, Jed, when you say guaranteed mint, how does this work different from the pre-sale
Guaranteed whitelist.
guarantee whitelist? Okay, so
Guaranteed white.
they can do the pre-sale and then get the whitelist after that.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Oh,
So we
so
have 2 tiers of whitelist. It's like think about it like an OG that you'll be able to get a guaranteed mint.
fantastic. So they get to potentially get more than they have for the
Yeah, more
pre-sale.
than the allocation. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Then that concludes today. Thank you again so much, Jed, and thank you everyone else. I wish you guys a fantastic day.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for the space.
Thank
All
you.
right. Bye-bye.
Thanks
Yeah.
so much, Jed.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you all later. Bye bye.
See you.